not great. Not a Monkey King that really got off the ground, but they'll go for it again. Looking to try it out, and I guess Digital Chaos had a little soul searching, figured out what didn't work about their draft last time, and they'll shake it up.
Yep, it's definitely one of these
Legion
heroes
Commander.
that's really hit or miss, right? Some games you see Monkey King just completely go off, and then some games you see Monkey King just struggling to scrape together any sorts of farm at all, dies every team fight, and just really doesn't feel that effective. But alright, out comes Legion Commander, another strong hero this patch so far. Everyone's been playing this hero on pretty much every team. Very, very good in the lane, duel, great lockdown, press the attack, an excellent heal, also removes disables, excellent frostbite.
Yep, changing it up. We're not going to see Bulba go for his Abaddon the third time in a row. This time, Legion's going to be there. But Team Liquid, they go for a Clockwork here. Some good initiation. Might have a tricky time in the lane, but again, mid-game's where he really starts thriving. And what are the chances we think Liquid are going to be going in for that Shadow Fiend to get the Cog Soul combo to start him off well in lane?
I don't know. Unless it really looks like a good Shadow Fiend game, I think they'll probably try to pair up the Clockwork with the Evoker, which I expect DC to ban out. But
yeah, I mean, DC do have first pick in this next phase, so if they wanted to get Abed his Invoker, they could go for that. But again, Team Liquid can counter that pretty easily.
yeah, I don't know if it looks like it's going to be the best pick for them. They ban out the Terrorblade. I wonder if we'll see a Spectre ban here instead of the... what was it? It was the Naga Siren, right? Actually, we'll probably see the Naga Siren ban still.
Yep, Team Liquid appropriately scared of that. It can just delay the games a little bit too long, let DC get a little bit too farmed, so we'll see. Team Liquid making up their mind here. Other notable things to ban what DC have been thriving on. Already took out the Weaver. Juggernaut, still a hero that Mason loves to play. Abed could take it in the mid lane if necessary, but, well, they'll take out the Rubik. No surprises there, just a really good all-around utility support.
Very good against the Clockwork. You can lift him out of the cogs and then pretty much kill him in lane. Very hard to lane against that. Don't want to cast cogs at all.
DC taking their time for this next ban. I mean, Liquid, what happened last game is they just picked really strong laners. They picked heroes that farm up and get active later on in the game, and the chain kills mid really helped set them up for success. So maybe a good part of Liquid's strategy is just lock down Abed, pick heroes that rotate to the mid pretty early. But Liquid, we'll see. Anything you really want Liquid to be picking up here? Anything you think could really help them out? Go back in for the Spectre?
They definitely want to make sure they have a favorable mid matchup because it's clearly obvious that DC heavily rely around Abed's gameplay. And if he's crippled in the lane phase, just like we saw in the last game, it was the Tinker versus the Shadow Fiend. He had such a hard time. Shaker even came in to rotate later on and just killed him over and over. So yeah, probably looking for pretty good matchups as DC. Their gameplay looks like it does rely on these winning lanes a lot of the time.
Well, Spectre going to be picked up by Digital Chaos here, so taking a page out of Liquid's book. I'm assuming we're going to see Mason just play it in the safe lane, not getting anything too crazy like a mid-Spectre, but what are the challenges that come with picking a Spectre, especially this early on in the draft?
Well, with Spectre, you need to make sure you secure his lane, because he's not the strongest laner. He has like 48 damage, and all of his off-laners are building 4-man shield. They're just tanking it up, but yeah, there is a Clockwork. So unless Team Liquid really want to dedicate a lot of resources to Clockwork, or maybe throw Clockwork in the safe lane and then try for some aggro, but that doesn't seem kind of like Team Liquid style. They're always playing these heavy late game cores. There's still the Naga Siren in the pool, but Naga not the best hero against Legion. Spectre is also not bad against Naga. And Team Liquid go for Lina, strong mid laner.
Alright, what counters Lina pretty well? I mean, she's super squishy. Are there mid laners that can just totally destroy her?
She lanes well against everything, but TA destroys her throughout the mid game. Once TA picks up that Blink and Desolator, it's really difficult for Lina to deal with that, especially if she kind of has fallen behind in the mid game.
Yeah, I feel like TA could be a pretty good pick overall here. If Clockwork even hook shots onto her and locks her down, TA really excels in that 1v1 combat. So we'll see. DC taking some time to decide, going into their fourth pick here. Still need a secondary support. Could get a lot of use out of, well, who have they been playing? They've been playing a little bit of Sand King, just a small amount. Keeper of the Light, still available if they wanted to go for that, just to kind of break up the fights, get a good line going on. And wow, okay, Liquid flipped us right back around and go for a Naga of their own.
Alright, Naga's Siren. You know, Naga's actually strong in lane. She has like 6, almost 7 armor. I think she gets 7 armor with like 1 branch or something, but Riptide very strong early on. Definitely has a lot more lane presence than Spectre. They could go for some kind of aggro lane into Spectre to try to give their heroes better matchups.
Yeah, I mean, just based on the heroes so far, do you think we're going to go for mid-game team fights and early push, or is this just going to be Spectre farms and Naga farms, and 100 minutes in we'll have some sort of clash?
Well, it looks like Team Liquid, they don't really want to just AFK farm. They also want to be able to use the Song of the Siren to take team fights. They have Clockwork set up so they can use Song of the Siren, they can find the Warlock, kill him instantly, or they can just wait till the rocks drop and then use the Song. They have the Song to reset the duel as well, but they'll definitely look to team fight with their ultimates because they want to take these fights. DC, they also have strong team fight heroes as well, but if it gets reset by the Song of the Siren, it definitely favors Team Liquid.
Alright, last band coming out. They take out the Darkseer. I mean, I guess anticipating that maybe they might roam the Clockwork as a position 4 and they just want to keep their lane stable, but, well, not going to be an option anymore. And Liquid get one more ban against DC. Probably going to be taking out one of those mid laners that Abed desperately needs. I mean, what can Abed go for here? We talked about the TA potential. If that gets banned out, what's the next best choice?
TA looks a lot less good for DC now that Naga Siren came out. TA is extremely bad against Naga, does not handle illusions well at all, and the matchup in the mid lane is actually very hard against Alina. It's just in the mid game where TA does well against Alina. So I don't think they'll go for that. Maybe they'll try to go for something along the lines of they could go back for the Invoker, SM, these kind of heroes, but again, Lina, strong matchup against these heroes, and they have roaming potential from Ultimated. Even the Clockwork if it is support, because right now, DC's heroes, they don't really want to roam. Monkey King is not the strongest roamer anymore. Alright, out comes the Ricky. Okay.
That is a bold choice. I like it. DC last pick here. We have seen Abed go in for a little bit of Tinker recently in the last 30 days. Is that something that could do well here, or is the push already taken care of?
I think Naga Siren is one of the biggest Tinker counters in the game, because they play the exact same game style where they want a lot of time to get to their items, and then he doesn't deal with Radiance well. He can nuke Naga illusions out and everything, but it kind of reveals his positioning, and Naga can Song and just go on him. It's just not good. And out comes Ember Spirit.
Alright, nice choice here. So we have all our drafts for game number 3. This is going to be the last game in this series, the last game of the round 3 mid in our Swiss style bracket. These teams looking to seed themselves nicely in for round 4. Based on draft alone, who are you liking?
I think I like Team Liquid's draft a lot. They have a lot of ways to take team fights. They have Clockwork Hook into the Ricky Smoke, Lina setup as well. Naga Siren can even start these fights with the Song of the Siren, drop the Ricky Cloud on top. And I just think they have this is like a Team Liquid draft. You know, they have the Naga Siren, they have these heroes, Crystal Maiden. It just looks like their kind of draft.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty difficult. I mean, what's Digital Chaos's game plan to execute this cleanly? Because clearly Liquid got what they want. They've got a clear plan on what they're doing and how they're laning. DC's best shot is...
So DC, they can play a lot off this Legion commander. Legion's really strong in the offlane against what they have. Also, their team fight is not weak by any means. It really is just a matter of who gets the initiation first. Spectre can haunt to kind of set up these team fights, so Legion can duel on. Warlock can drop the rock. Ember Spirit, tons of magic AoE damage, along with Warlock's Fatal Bonds. It's just one of your
Alright, so we are starting it off. This is going to be a very interesting match. What lanes are you looking forward to watching? What do you think going to be tastiest?
Definitely the mid lane. Lina has a pretty good matchup against the Ember Spirit, but Ember Spirit with some roaming potential could do something. Monkey King, not the greatest roamer anymore, of course. He typically likes to sit in the safe lane and zone. Crystal Maiden, though, very, very good roam. Of course, the Ricky as well.
Alright, so Spectre versus Naga. I mean, if this does go really late, if we're still talking about like an 80-minute game, who's looking stronger there? The Ember and the Spectre versus Naga Siren and Ricky, who's going to be 6-slotted at that point?
Slick-slotted Ricky?
Yeah, he can do it. I believe in him. If this is like 90 minutes, you think Kuroki won't get 6-slotted?
No, I think he'll be naked. He'll have like, well, you never know. It depends what kind of farm he gets early on in the game. But I don't know. It's really hard to say because Spectre and Naga, once they're really farmed, they kind of do the same thing in these team fights. But it just comes down to how much farm these other heroes can get. How much farm Clockwork can get, Legion Commander can get, Lina versus the Ember Spirit. Like, if Warlock and Monkey King are extremely poor in this game, they're not going to be able to do anything to this Naga Siren. They won't even survive these team fights. They'll die to just AoE nuke damage. Same thing with Crystal Maiden and Ricky, though. Even the Clockwork, when Honk comes out, very hard to deal with.
Right, so starting things off, we got Kuroki just poking around. We'll find Bulba over here in the jungle, but may go for a rune steal. Not going to be anything too crazy. Got 3 DC heroes down here. Do you think Mason's actually going to need this tri lane, or is he going to be left alone as soon as the game starts and these guys start rotating?
They'll definitely just hang around. They don't have really anything else to do. Warlock doesn't want to leave the lane until much later. He might go top to help LC, but I don't know. It just seems unlikely. Monkey King can probably solo zone.
Abed. Yeah, he's in some trouble here. Definitely going to get denied the rune. It looks like it will be picked up by Matumba Man. And Abed already chunked down to half health, gonna have to tango up and gets frostbitten here, potentially first blood. They don't quite have the finish for it, and Abed will just use that Iron Branch tango, but already starting out at a deficit, doesn't get that rune, and has to be very careful about Miracle harassing him. Lina laning is just so scary. Her range is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's up against this tough Lina matchup too. The hill, or the creep walk, is on his hill too. This is not a good start for Abed. He's gonna have his salve delayed or tangos, whatever sort of regen he's bringing.
Oh, up top. We are gonna have Bulba snapped up by the frostbite. Gonna have to play a lot more defensively here. We've seen Bulba's Legion Commander before, and you know, it's pretty brave. It goes into these fights, it kind of tanks the wave a little bit, but Bulba's gonna have to be very safe here.
Both offlaners having kind of a pretty hard start here. Mind control, Clockwork, he can always find the lanes, but how much farm can you really get in this lane when Monkey King is a little touch courier hitting him over?
Yep,
Why is
that? It's a cute little mechanic. Look, he's a tree. But
say that and then a tree's gonna kill you.
It's okay. Anyway, mind control, like you mentioned, not going to be getting a whole ton of farm. Just has to 1v1 with Subaru, and Mason should have a pretty safe lane down here unless there's going to be rotations in. So Clockwork just going to be all about the levels, trying to soak whatever farm he can, but he's all about that level 6 and wants to rotate.
If this mid lane is extremely hard for Ember now, especially with that start. He has to use all his regen at the beginning, and Flame Guard doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup.
Maybe force back. I mean, this is really tough. Up top, we've got Bulba getting slapped down to a 3rd health. Just going to be going and tangoing up, and that's the last of his regen. See, he's got a magic stick queued up, but it's still going to be a while before he can fly that in. And Naga going to be free farming as well. That seems like it's real dangerous for DC. I think the best option to deal with this is just kind of stick it out and hopefully the commander can get something.
Well, Legion is getting to a point where she's on level 2. Ricky's going to move around because he wants to get these bounty runes. He can lane a bit better now, especially once he skills up the open on. Just dip down to the jungle for now. Maybe Monkey King will make a rotation up to the top. Jumping on the mid lane here. Might be in some trouble.
He's just going to walk back uphill. Abed doesn't have those serious moves yet, so yeah, he procs the Jinku Mastery, but Hugo can't really do anything about that. We do have Ricky kind of crawling around the mid lane, maybe thinking about a courier snipe, but I think courier's nestled safely in base right now.
Yep, mind control's often looks a bit easier than Bulbous for now. Team Liquid they're putting a lot of pressure when they were, at least in the first 2 minutes, on zoning this Legion Commander. But now, once LC gets leveled, it's kind of inevitable. He wants to roam around, get these bounty runes, kind of see what he can do across the map.
Down here we got Kuroki postured up. I mean, maybe looking for some harass onto Demon, but more just keeping eyes on the situation, making sure nothing's stacking up too nicely, so don't chasing in. They're going to be pinging it out, but Demon walks safely back under his tower. Overall momentum still looking good for Mason. Our last hit's going to be led up by the Naga. He's just gotten, again, a really free lane as well. Has to play super safe. And down bottom, there is going to be a scan here. Radiant know that there's some dire heroes crawling around. Kuroki making his way in. Yep. Mason's zoned back by Cog, burns up a little mana, but altogether he's fine. Meanwhile, mid lane, Abed still having a lot of trouble. Last game and this game, his mid lane is really punished. I think Liquid allocating the appropriate resources to make sure that he's shut down, because he's really a huge part of DC's momentum.
Yeah, Abed just to level 4 and Lina's one creep away from the 5. That's just the price he has to pay for Monkey 2 reaching his experience. But he's got the nice shrine. This is a tough match, big time. And Lina not afraid of Monkey at all. Monkey is actually back to the bottom lane. Yeah, good lane setup from Liquid so far. It looks like they're winning all of their lanes.
Looks a little bit similar to game number 2, and of course we saw in game number 2 Liquid just falling out of control because they had a free-farming core, and well, Naga, similar story here, just kind of chilling. Matumba Man already 32 last hits at 4.5 minutes. Gonna have that Iron Talon flying in, so the jungle's gonna be even quicker, the farm's just gonna accelerate. What's gonna be the go point here? What is Liquid waiting for until they get real active and real scary?
I imagine just farm as much as they can. Naga Siren once it gets to that Radiance. Clockwork level 6 is their obvious first, like, goal, but, you know, they can pressure a lot with the hook shot, especially
top lane. Boba getting body blocked in. Matumba Man trying to keep on top of her. They got Riptide up to 1 second. Oh, Boba turns to go back in, and that will be first blood. GH snaps that one up, and well, gonna be feeling real good for Liquid there. As down bottom has some more last spell. Healed up by his buddies. Ooh, Dubu snaps up the kill onto Miracle. Abed gets low, but very nice. They're able to turn that one into at least a good trade, taking out the mid.
Yeah, very aggressive. They're able to kill him there. Very nice. That's exactly what Ember Spirit needs to kind of get what he needs out of the lane. It's still going to be a tough matchup, but once he hits his level 6, there's a lot more kill potential on this Lina, and so have to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, Abed unfortunately, empty bottle, no more regen, has to walk all the way back to the shrines behind the racks to get back in.
Even down
Yep, they're going to be TPing as well. They will be able to go ahead and get the kill on the Warlock, but Mind Control might be in some serious trouble. Hiroki is going to jump in, but then just bails out, leaving his friend for dead. There's just no way of salvaging this. Mason going to be able to go and get the kill on that, so Spectre now starting that snowball, just getting that free farm, and now starting to roll kills into that as well.
Yeah, Monkey's actually in this master. They might be able to make the play out of the mid lane here. Abed's about to hit level 6 in like 2 creeps.
Killing Miracle would be... They got the Boundless Strike to start things off. Still no Wukong level 4. Now Miracle going to be taking some damage from the Sleight of Fist, and that's going to be the go. They just need a little bit more, and they can't get it. There's a TP in from Crystal Maiden, cancels. Miracle's going to be just fine, backing off and playing safe. Meanwhile, down bottom, Mason, low health and no mana. May have to back off from this lane just a little bit. Mind Control going to be hitting that level 5 pretty soon, and almost has what he needs to out of the lane.
Yeah, Clockwork getting really scary on this lane. Hitting level 5 already, 2 points down. So, with them going down, if someone gets trapped in cogs with the smoke screen on top, it's definitely death for them.
Trying to chase in. They will eventually hit the net on Vitolba. He's able to purge off the net, but gets dropped right back into the frostbite. Makes it back, but isn't going to be able to give any contest for that free farming Naga Siren, who's starting to be a real issue. Almost 50 last hits onto Naga. There we go. Yeah, she's going to be 3,300 net worth right now at only 7 minutes in.
Yeah, she shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. You seem unable to really pressure Naga Siren at all. They're trying to deal with their own safe lane right now. Clockwork getting a ton in this lane.
Yeah, looked tough for him. He got killed once, but since then hasn't been giving away anything.
Came back and got the solo kill off onto the Warlock. Very good for him. Warlock at this stage of the game.
Yep, certainly no all. There's going to be Ricky moving in. Maybe they can just start killing the demon here, and they're going to go ahead and try. Silence off. Silence strike won't be coming in. Cogs trapping too. Kuroki getting low right into the jaws of Jason, trying to run for it. Meanwhile, there is no kill coming out of Mind Control. He finds one and might be able to find another alternative. Dubu. He goes down the rocket flare. Going to be coming in just in time. Mind Control is so low. The cogs to hold back Mason, and there's no mana for the Spectral Dagger. Mind Control lives through this game. He actually is able to go in, get what he wants, and come out alive on the end.
Oh my god, Mason wasn't expecting the stick with the stick on him, and Mind Control makes out his life. They're big plays here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, that is exactly what Clockwork wanted. Shows off that level 6 in style. He's going to go heal up, and now Liquid can get a little bit more mobile. DC still waiting on their big team fight abilities. Obviously, a long time until that chaotic offering comes on.
Boba with the dual win on top, but he does go down to Matumba Man.
Matumba Man getting pretty big. Naga Siren really uncontested for top farmer. Spectre, again, has had a free lane, but Naga is going crazy.
Net worth is really starting to skyrocket right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Miracle in a lot of trouble there. It was a pretty big commit for that Lina kill, but definitely worth helping Abed just retain control of his lane. He had a really tough time starting out, but hasn't died yet. Cut it close a couple of times, but he's starting to get where he needs to be. Has that Veil queued up. So we'll see Ember start to be having a little more impact as the game goes forward.
Yep, this is going to be such an early Radiance for Naga Siren. We saw last game. Radiance came out at like the 20-minute mark and it was still so impactful. This is going to be like 14 faster than that.
Keep an eye on Matumba Man. They do have Legion Commander in the area. Matumba Man's very low mana. He does have just enough for that Song of the Siren. We'll see if he's going to be casting it here. Seeing two heroes in the area. There we go. Just going to be a Song. Waiting for the rest of her buddies to come forward. They do have GH now ready with that Freezing Field. They're going to try to fight this out. The Freezing Field comes in, but immediate boundless strikes onto GH. The net does hit onto Duke, who's going to get purged off by that heal from Bulba, and he's just going to be hopping away. So I guess burned an ult from Liquid, cost a couple of resources. Down bottom. Oh man, Mind Control again, almost living here, trying to make it towards the Shrine. The urn will finish him off though. Spectre grabbing up that nice early urn, and now that it's filled up to 2 charges, he's feeling alright.
Got a nice early pick up the Spectre here. But also help the farm later on. Nice and healthy.
Back towards our mid matchup. Lina going to be level 9 now. Still just the army needs to. Ember Spirit also level 9, getting very close to that Veil. When does Ember Spirit want to start moving around? He's already got some remnants going for himself, but hasn't really left mid lane yet.
Yeah, he wants that Veil before he really moves. But
yep, Searing Shades come forward, and that's all they need to hold him back. Miracle goes in for the Laguna, tries to take Demon out with her, but Demon's going to be living through this, and that's feeling real good. Well, up top, really just trying to keep eyes on Bulba, who finally enjoys free lane farm.
Naga's heading into 2,500 gold now for Naga. Spectre sitting at 1,200. Spectre does have these other smaller items.
And it looks like Radiant getting active here, hunting for the Naga Siren. And you see Naga too far this up, but this is the real one. They ping her out. That's the call. Remnant forward. They get the Searing Chain, slap down with the Boundless Strike. Matumba Man just trying to run, but it's not going to be enough. And Abed now on a killing spree after what seems to be a absolutely terrible lane. They're going to be turning this around, trying to get a kill on Miracle as well. And to keep up with them, they go in, they drop the Golem just to make sure they get that kill, and it's super worth. As now DC pick up the kill lead, starting to get their cores stacked up in net worth as well. This is feeling great for DC.
Mind Control did rotate into the mid lane though. Yeah, DC making great moves. They were able to catch out Naga Siren without the sleep cooldown up. That was the arcane usage on the Ember Spirit to it. Now it looks like he's got a Veil. The Ember's the big winner in all these team fights, you know? He got his ass handed to him in lane, and now all of a sudden he's right back in. Looks like he's really struggling now.
Yeah, that's a pattern we've seen before from Abed. As long as his teammates are there, as long as he's able to go and style on his opponent, he can usually come back from a bad start. Here, we are going to have Hiroki crawling around. Matumba Man's going to make his way into the lane. Bulba going to be jumped on here. Does get netted, but Wukong's command coming in from the trees. Down the right, next one. Mind Control goes in, hogs up Bulba, but Bulba just going to keep fighting this one out. Maybe going for the Doom here. Might be a good play, but no. Mind Control will get the kill. The monkey not going to finish him off. He's one hit from death, and he's going to be able to earn himself back up as Dooku just kind of sat back and watched that one happen. Just wanted to take it. Though will be the sacrifice, popping to the ult, rocket flare comes forward, getting Dooku low, but they're not able to find the kill. Oh man, the silence onto Abed, he's running for his life, on the strike, helps him out, buys him some space, heals from the Warlock, will secure his escape, but no! They're gonna go back in with the Song here, there's plenty of liquid bodies in the fight, they just gotta make sure that Ember takes it out. That smoke cloud popped in, he hops back to his remnant, but gets hit by the light strike array, good prediction coming out of the Lina, and Abed finally falls. That's going to be a 4 streak ended, and almost 400 gold going straight to the Ricky.
Team Liquid bringing it back there, a nice kill on the Ember Spirit, and all of a sudden Mason is the network leader here.
Spectre's been quietly farming down bottom. We talked about Spectre versus Naga just getting free farm, but DC really turned their attention to this Naga, keeping her on her toes, even when she's off in the jungle, and Spectre's just been chilling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, Miracle has definitely fallen to bits, but Team Up with they do have the hook shot out.
Yep, Monkey King just going to be jumping out of danger here. Mind Control might go for a lucky shot. Going to get pinged here. He's actually in some really dangerous territory. Might get punished for this. They're going in. He's got his rocket. They're going. The smoke cloud's going to be huge. Kuroki times this one right. The Haunt coming forward as Spectre wants to participate here. There we go. Primal Spring comes down. Falling just yet. There we go. First casualty will be the lead commander, but Abed ready to let loose. Mind Control going to be burning as well. Goes for the cogs to try to buy himself some time. There will be another chaotic offering connecting under two. Matumba Man does not have that song. G8 is going to be trying to channel the ult for all these words. Back into the arena. Might be enough to break this back up. Looking a little bit low on mana. Dragon Slave comes forward and the Laguna Blade able to finish off the Spectre. Not giving enough credit to Miracle. Overstaying is welcome, and they go. They cancel the Warlock. Almost trying to hold back Miracle, but another Dragon Slave from
That's not safe anymore.
I think he's ready bringing in some friends, and almost out of mana. He wants to fight this Luna. They're going forward. Miracle getting very, very low. Kuroki's trying to help out here, but he's on the run. Mind Control eating his way out of the hogs, so very bloody fight, very long, drawn-out fight. In the end, Abed still gets what he needs to.
Yep, that was so much team fight that Vale picked up. So difficult to spend the fight rate. They like Liquid have this combo with the Naga Sleep where they can cog into the smoke, try to find and isolate heroes like Ember Spirit, Monkey King, or Warlock, unless they does not look very strong right now at all.
Yep. Switching to overall net worth, I mean, it's been an up and down battle. Currently Liquid holding on to just a little bit of a lead. But as the Spectre continues to go and free farm and clear out the jungle, that's going to change. He's got that Radiance queued up after going for the early earn, and he'll have it pretty well timed. I mean, already getting close to that Relic gold, about 1,000 gold off. And it's not going to be that crazy early 20-minute Radiance we saw last game, but still, it's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely still a very good time. Seconds here. They're very aggressive. They're looking for everything. They want to take all these fights. They're super fun right now.
Abed getting pretty close to those boots of travel. He'll have them up in just a couple of seconds. And that's going to mean that DC has some really global teamfight presence. They've got Haunt to get in. They can have Ember Spirit and Spectre pushing out other lanes and then just have them TP in when the fight breaks out, when they're ready to initiate. DC's push is looking pretty good. Of course, we can never tap out the Naga Siren. Now we got, as well as got the Courier flying into her. We'll be able to score a tower as well. Is this Naga where we need her to be, or is it starting to fall behind? Yep. Peel onto that Ricky. More damage stacking up the Bola here.
Miracles it. Keep just there.
Defending around. I mean, it's so dangerous to get here. They've got Mind Control for the hooks, but they've got to combo it up really nice. Miracle goes into the Light Strike array. They are able to get this done. Man, Abed can't do anything. He's going to be sitting back. Look at that. Flame. Wow, okay. There's Wukong's command as Mind Control is just getting chunked. 2 heroes already dead. Naga's singing, but it's not going to be enough to save her teammates. He's just going to be crawling into the side shot, picking up a TP and bailing out. DC get the fight they were looking for. They turn that hook shot right back around in Liquid's face.
Yeah, very weird there. They don't have the damage to kill Ember Spirit through his Flame Guard. It wasn't even close, actually. Even through all of Lena's spells and Clockwork as well.
I thought for sure Abed would be the casualty and maybe DC could pick up a couple stragglers, but Abed, since the landing phase, has not been giving away anything.
Yep, it's definitely taking over the map right now. Freeing up all the space in the world for Spectre. Only 100 gold off of the Radiance. Naga Siren very close to the
It looks like they're just going to have a shuffle in the woods when Matumba Man goes in, tosses out a net, and I know Naga doesn't have a song. Back Abed, but yeah, Matumba Man just wants to go and mirror image and try to run. He's still getting some good vision for his team. Seems like Liquid is going to find the fights they're looking for. even with Clockwork initiations, they can't get the lockdown they need.
Yeah, Lena's closing out her build. Pretty much has it. Very good for surviving Ember Spirit damage, and she can also use LC, those links in to cast. Yeah, I think DC are very happy with what they were able to do in their early game. They've salvaged Abed's lane phase, and pretty much he's so strong in these fights. It's just way too much damage to handle right now. Warlock getting
Dire's
over
bottom
these fights.
tower is under attack.
Here we've got what's going on behind the tower. Hookshot in. They isolate Monkey King. Trying to switch him up, and it looks like he will be an easy kill, but the support Monkey King in tier 1 tower. DC are still going to be able to figure this out and farm out on it. Clearing a lead. Regeneration hanging back.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Quick little fight there. Take off in a tower, keeping themselves active on the map, but still not addressing the big problem of DC, which is the fact that Spectre's now farming up very quickly, has the relic already, just going to be, you know, 500-600 gold off that radiance.
Yep. The problem in my mind is that the supports on Liquid are not going to be around. They won't just haunt at all. Crystal Maiden, 740 HP, pretty much is going to melt to that. Ricky, he's invisible, so he'll be okay, but even heroes like Lena right now are not going to move the haunt too well. Of course, Naga Siren, we all know what she does. She makes illusions carry the radiance over, and she just farms everything on the map right now. Spectre net worth is skyrocket. Spectre also farms fast, but not as fast as Naga Siren, and Liquid are just using this Naga Siren to kind of get these lanes out. The rest of their heroes are moving together, looking for pickoffs. They use these illusions to kind of force the enemy team to make risky plays to get these lanes out, and then we'll gank people on these side lanes, but DC sticking S5 pretty much looking for their own play. Both teams thinking of the exact same thing, kind of looking at the other sides of the map, looking for heroes to kill.
Big smoke up here. This is just a Naga hunt at its finest, looking from a Tama man being off guard, but again, with a Song of the Siren ready, it's just so difficult to kill out this Naga unless you chain stun her and blast her apart. He's just gonna hit R and reset the team fight.
As Naga gets more items, I think the Song of the Siren will come into play a bit more in these team fights. Then she can stick her positions on heroes like Monkey King, Warlock, and just destroy them in these team
Radiant's
fights.
middle tower is under attack.
Bulba crossing the river to join his team, so all of DC pushed up in the top lane. Liquid getting a little more time to farm up. Again, Naga now clearing out the Radiant jungle with her illusions, and there's a line drawn in the sand. They want to go down to this bottom lane and get this tier 2 tower here, where they know that DC are occupied top.
Radiant's bottom tower
Kind of
is
just seems
under
like
attack.
there's nobody farms except for Naga. That way they always stay off map, they're scary, threatening to DC, and they don't really know where they are. They could be either of these two lanes here, Mind Control and Kuroki set up here on this
Radiant's
bounty
bottom
run.
tower is under
See if they
attack.
can catch up on them.
Maybe picking up a big miracle here, and that might be the first. They sneak them up, and there will be golems dropped in. Now, PH is just dancing around. There's going to be a haunt coming forward. Wukong's command goes in as the song happens, so unfortunately, Crystal Maid bites the dust, but Monkey's still punching Mind Control. He's walking in and out of that song, burns himself on the mana. Mind Control trying to keep him out, but got nothing to cancel it. So that's going to be the end of the fight there. Crystal Maiden for an Ember Spirit. They have to burn the song, but still really well done by Liquid.
Yep, definitely what they're looking for to catch Abed. Big streak on him as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's big amount of money going on to Miracle now. Arlena still thinking about that Bloodstone. Went for the early rules before going for the Bloodstone pick. Making sure that she's got the control it takes to hold everything. Well, tries to get saved by Bulba, but will still end up going down. Not a huge impact kill as he already got his ultimate on cooldown, and he really much to the map. It's net worth going away of Liquid.
Yep. The advantage Naga Siren has over Spectre is not in this sort of game.
This is huge. That is a kill that they absolutely needed. Matuma Man there to get experience. Miracle there to soak up the gold. That is super necessary. Now Spectre's not going to be farming for 45 seconds, and this thing's going to pick out all the way to
Dire's
tier 2.
top tower is under attack.
I was trying to say that these lanes are not safe at all for DC to farm. They get pushed out by illusions, leading to
Little picks.
they can't really stop it. You know, they have to take risks to get out of these lanes, push lanes out. down, everyone got
Abed goes to try to get some revenge for his teammates, but Light Striker Ray connects. He's silenced up, he can't run out of this. Will get healed up like a Legion commander right now. Even though GH is dancing, there's still some kills coming out. Mind control trapped in the cogs. There will be a frostbite onto Abed. He's taken some serious damage from that negative burn, but a duel comes out. They lock down the Crystal Maiden, and they will be able to turn this in their favor. Ember Spirit lives throughout the whole game, and they take 4. Definitely slowing down Liquid's roll a little bit. DC kicking and screaming, trying to reclaim this lead that they have.
That was a very nice piece for there. They're grouped up. Liquid looking for maybe a bit of an ambitious play. They're trying to dive deep for the Ember. They didn't have the Lina ultimate available in that fight, or Ember would have just died instantly, but Ember survives, turns around with the Veil and the Fire Remnant, and just blows them up.
Very well played, and now Ember Spirit, he's got his BKB queued up, so looking to get even more aggressive and be able to survive through these fights. Doesn't want to get, you know, completely comboed down like that. Wants to at least be able to fight his way through it. There's going to be a Shrine TP coming out of Mind Control. He has Quick Shot ready. And they are going to bring in Naga Illusions. I'm Naga herself, so here. Looks like they're going to flare it out. They will be able to get some vision. Figuring out what's going on. Connect onto the Warlock. He has his golems available. Does he just YOLO slap him down here? The Veil comes out. Demon going to reinitiate into this fight. Naga though, she's singing. She's retreating. There will be a Light Striker right going in. Monkey D is in trouble here. Somehow still alive. Snaps down the Boundless Strike before he goes down. But they're able to chase down the Naga Siren. It's 3 heroes dead. Spectre can initiate. Still full health, full mana on her. Mind Control, the only survivor, gets held in place by the Syrian Chains and completely comboed down. That is going to be a full 5-man wipe, trading only for a Monkey D. Only down Naga Siren. It's going to be a tier 2 tower. This is what DC's game plan was all along. Get the farm up on the Spectre, get Abed huge, and just taking lanes, winning fights, and well, be unstoppable.
Yeah, Team Liquid there when they saw the starting combo. They thought they could take the fight, but Golden was in range to duel Lina immediately once the song, and they just take that fight convincingly. I mean, they thought they had it set up well with the hook shot onto the portal, but unfortunately there was no one there in time to follow up on that, so kind of a wasted effort there, and now Spectre almost had his Manta style. Legion Commander was now too. Blade Mail doing big work in these team fights, and Abed almost has his BKB. It's looking pretty scary.
Yep, quick pause here, as is tradition at these events.
Quick.
It'll be quick this time. Yeah, of course there's lag, but yeah, I mean, Liquid clearly, they lost 2 big fights in a row. It's not looking good. The net worth you see is just piling up in DC's favor. How does Liquid take this back? How do they play calm and collected so don't fall victim to it?
They need to keep playing off of their strengths. Their biggest strength in this game.
Yeah, both moving forward, they get a very quick kill on the Naga Siren. There's no time to react, and a duel comes out of the lane before they can do anything. Ult from the Crystal Maiden buys some time, and Ricky will be able to go in. Bulba is still alive, does not die to Kuroki just yet. Now Kuroki hopping into his trick to this way, they'll come out of it. So they have vision on him. There's a hook shot back in. Clockwork still trying to take this fight. They do lose the Warlock. It's going to be a 3-for-3 right now. Kuroki's going to back down to the low ground, and Mason, he's still alive. The big boy cores on DC stay up, but it's still a good fight for Liquid.
Trading kills, but of course Naga Siren goes down. Ember and Spectre live. They're definitely the big winners in that fight, but yeah, they just need to keep playing on the lanes. Like, Naga Siren can get these lanes out very safely. That real point again. DC need to eventually show the heroes, and if being pushed at the same time by Team Liquid, and that means somewhere they're going to be spread thin, and Team Liquid has the advantage to take a favorable fight, but I don't know, if they can't kill these targets quickly, then it's not going to be very good for them. Abed has his BKB up now, so probably not going to be killed by these sorts of ganks. LC also very tanky. Spectre, once she has that Manta, she can also start to push these lanes out reliably too.
Yep, Bulba kind of, you know, staying quiet. He's not going to be top in the net worth chart, just hanging around middle of the pack, but only 60 damage. Getting that BKB very soon, like we talked about, so he's just kind of a silent threat. Goes in, locks down one person, makes it so Liquid can't reinitiate, can't turn this around, and see how Miracle, I mean, it feels like Miracle versus the world here, where we can go in, get a good Light Strike array set up, you can Laguna someone, but after that, there's really no follow-up. He's kind of a one-man show here. The rest of his team can't usually get in position quick enough to help him out.
Yeah, they've got a lot of things to go through in these fights. They have to like tank the Haunt, and then out comes Warlock ultimate, and of course Monkey King's ultimate. And it's just they can't get back far enough to get these key kills they want.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Now
attack.
net worth and XP still in DC's favor, but Liquid making up for some lost time here. And then Naga just sitting back passively farming, clearing out all the jungle camps. Her net worth is still top of the chart. She's still holding on here.
She's still definitely very farmed, and she has the entire map to farm. But of course, we've seen her drop multiple times in these team fights, just gets blown up by the Ember Spirit damage.
Going in right now. Early on, Radiant did scan the pit. Think of the Dire being trying to sneak a Roshan. Dire, they're just crawling around Radiant's bottom jungle, trying to keep this lane pushed in. Hiroshi going to be leading the charge, revealing if anyone's coming into this area over here.
Yeah, both teams kind of just looking for ganks right now. Neither team wants to start Roshan and put in that position where they can take an unfavorable fight inside Roshan and really swing open this game.
Yeah, both teams have the potential for a really nice small AoE fight, just depends on who gets the jump. Looks like there will be DC making a move towards the pit, or at least towards the mid lane looking for a pick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Abed
attack.
here, seeing if anyone jumps on him, but he's got backup, and he's very, very hard to kill. Again, we talked about that 10-second BKB. He got himself an Octarine queued up as well.
Yep, Spectre can pretty much deal with all these split push shenanigans for now. He can always keep back and haunt into the fight. Now that he has that mana, there's no real better than dying in front of his base. He needs to find something else on it for plays. DC wants to do Roshan, and then they can't. They don't do it very quickly, of course, especially without the Spectre. But it is a possibility or something they can do to kind of force Team Liquid to take maybe a bad fight that they don't want.
I mean, if the game just keeps going like this, where no one touches each other, DC kind of farm up, they're rotating as a group, if Naga keeps pushing out, clearing all the camps, pushing waves, is this possible for Liquid to win, or do they really need to start getting into it and seeking out good fights for them?
Anything's possible with Naga's turn, of course, but DC are farming more towards for now. You can see LC heading down into the jungle.
Abed is going to be wrapping around, looking for more important targets than just the Riki. Again, things come out onto Abed that does go down. Mind control. Spectre Haunt comes forward. Who are they going to go on here? It looks like there will be a duel onto the Clockwork. Naga, she's singing while she TPs, and there will be a Boundless Strike. She holds back this Crystal Maiden. It's going to be a 2 for nothing. Just a Clockwork and a CM, but that's going to way open up the Roach Pit.
There's just not enough team fight on the Liquid side to that one's still pretty even right now, but you see with the way the team fights are going right now, they're not close at all.
Yeah, and you got to take into account that Naga's holding on to a huge portion of the net worth, and they just keep killing her. So, we'll see. Fight goes on as Ricky's. I mean, he's still playing pretty aggressively here. DC don't have a gem yet, but as soon as they do, these plays are not going to be working out. Ricky's showing off that user blade, Warlock walking right to the trying to place himself up to the high ground, but just traps himself in. Meanwhile, in the pit, Lena's up, but there's going to be a duel. Lena going to get punished for this. Crystal Maiden going up so ult, but will just get blasted down by the Remnant. Abed unstoppable. Bubble finally falls, but now Mason's in the fight. They're looking to hold on. There will be a hooking onto the leader. Mason now just usually getting that off, running back up to the high ground. Dodge out that stone punch. Escape. Abed, though, wrapped in the Mason's pit. He's going to be able to get down to the low ground. Remnant's out on the backside, and Mason in some serious trouble. Waits for that dagger, but that's not going to be helping him out. He's going to be going down. Buys out the 2-plated Galactus before he dies, but still, really big kills there for Liquid.
Yeah, these deep wards that Trophy plays extreme work for them right now. He was able to find the Warlock, they got kill the Warlock, not anything at all. They were able to take that fight. DC maybe felt a bit overconfident there. They decided to take that engagement even after the Warlock. He blinked in, got the duel off on Lena, killed Lena, but LC pretty much killed himself for that. I guess in the end he did gain some duel damage. Big swing from Liquid there.
Yeah, looking at the net worth, it's dipping back in their favor. That was that big mountain where DC won 2 fights in a row, but the problem is just keeping that momentum spiraling, keeping those lanes pushed in, and it's gonna get tougher and tougher as this Naga keeps getting bigger. More than halfway from off the green core now, and I mean, how's that gonna change things up? Is this Naga getting too hot to handle?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very difficult for Illusions pushing these lanes out over and over and over. Like, this game is not going to end in one big team fight or anything like that. It's going to take multiple team fights. Everyone's going to have to get extremely as you can see, dying to Illusions right now. It's not going to win at all.
Yeah, I mean, what's the best itemization to clear that out? Does Abed have to go for Shivas or something? Maybe Mjolnir? What's going on?
Probably definitely go back to the Mjolnir. Very good at clearing out these Illusions. He almost has his on 3 before. Unfortunately, go into like a physical damage build later on in this game to do a bit better, because once they start getting into like that HP territory, magic damage doesn't cut it, killing
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, Octarine Core probably into the Mjolnir. He already has the BKB.
Loaded to the
Just
gills.
fine for now. But the real question is, like, he does have the Hand of Midas, but he's not able to farm any of these items to help him survive. Poverty Monkey for now. If he can somehow find some farm, these team fights will get a lot better for DC for sure. But of course, that's something not available right now.
I mean, Liquid, since they lost those 2 fights, been playing a lot more evasively, not moving aggressively, not really staying clumped up as a group. Let themselves fall victim to the and, as we say that, Kuroki just goes for a free pick on the monkey, soloing down Liquid. May pay for this with his life, but, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
732 gold from Ridge.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold, and it goes straight onto the Spectre, so in the end, gonna be a pretty big gold swing towards DC, and Mason, I mean, he's getting pretty big, has 1,300 gold saved up, gonna be even another 400 for buyback, but Manta Diffusal already online along with the Radiance. What does Mason go for?
I think he'll either go for, he'll probably go for the heart. That's the most confident. Radiant will help keep the pulley on all these fights. He may walk into some danger here. The Liquid are kind of set up here. They do have the Lina in the area.
He's playing a little bit safe. Like you mentioned, DC, they know their lanes aren't safe all the time because of the Naga, because of the Ricky's vision, but with Ricky down, there's just a little bit less risk.
Yeah, all their wards that Team Liquid had have expired now. They had
Radiant's
2
middle
deep
tower
wards,
is under attack.
and 1 was countered, 1 ran out, so maybe they feel like they need to go back and get these wards out, but there's no chance. Instead, they see DC in the
They're gonna definitely take their time to get them
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They're just keeping it in. Commander does more. There will be a sweep, but they're just going to be trying to go through. Looks like Miracle is able to get the Aegis, the Dire Roach. Now they might make the Dire pay for this. Remnants going forward as Abed shows off that BKB. He's trying to catch up with Naga, but Naga going to be netting them back in place. Meanwhile, in the fight over here, Mace able to find a kill onto Mind Control. Kuroki takes out Kibu, and I think it's going to be a Kuroki sandwich here. Gets defused up, and a Light Strike Array onto the Ember Spear, who's getting low, taking some serious damage from Miracle, but able to render himself back to safety. And now Lina in trouble here, burning down the Aegis. Going to be going out. Channels from the Warlock, and they are taking that night apart. And I know Naga Siren is here, so pretty much this helpless Matama Man has to watch her teammates die. So rating the Monkey King for burning an Aegis and getting 3 kills on top of that, certainly worthwhile for DC.
Definitely getting the Aegis off the map as well. And again, Spectre and Ember Spirit, they survive in all of these team fights. Abed 15, 2, and 15 now. Looking fantastic in this game, pretty much unstoppable. Hasn't been before in that team fight. He's got the Maelstrom queued up there. But yeah, BKB from LC is there as well there too. And he got the duel off before, you know, he got his BKB off and the duel off in the song, so able to lock down that Clockwork.
I mean,
looks tough.
This Lina doesn't feel like she's scaling pretty well into this mid-game at all. She had a really strong lane against Abed, but since then, I mean, she picked up her Bloodstone. 5 charges left. Look at Abed just man up here. There will be another song coming out. Looks like Liquid want to fight this. Upheaval being channeled from the Warlock. Monkey King, though, he's ready to leap down. Yeah, that goes down. Primal Spring on to 3. This is going to be huge. Another tool comes in to easily take out the Naga Siren and the Luna. Monkey King still alive through all of this. 9 control sitting in the Wukong's command. Hitting the Crimson Guard taking serious damage. Oh gosh, Warlock is going to get annihilated, but they're trading him for more. Kuroki just nipping away at the heels of Abed, hopping into a quick to trade, now targeting Bulba, but can he really run from this? Abed keeps him locked down. Keep vision up on him. It looks like they sure can. Both of them place the bounce strike. And that's going to be everyone but Crystal Maiden going out. Abed tossing out a remnant, keeping back for some mana, but he'll be back for this. This tower long down. Maybe he can just put on the 2 things as well. DC once again take a really nice fight. This game wide open.
Bulba's got so much dual damage now, plus 112 damage here.
Another song, so maybe she can put a pause button on it, but it's easy to lock down still. Crystal Maiden just wandering around the back line of the fight. I don't know if we pointed out that Bulba now has a gem of his own, so Ricky not going to walk behind him getting vision anymore. He's going to be a target for steps.
Mind control. That one on LC. Very, very crippling to lose your gem, especially when you're playing with a hero like Ricky. And in these kind of games, it's so easy for they get to do anything else to them. If they lose all their rewards, then it's very hard to push out safely at all.
Net worth is just taking a quick 180, spiking back in favor of DC. Double damage room now locked down, so Mason fishes his wish on that one, and they can keep pushing this. Liquid, they're back up with all their ults, but DC feeling stronger than ever. Next round of items coming in as well. Spectre going to be flying in the full butterfly now, so the missed chance on the Radiance as well as the butterfly making Mason really difficult to lock down.
Their lanes are they're going to keep pushing. They have no reason to stop.
And the Naga Siren just sitting back in phase. This is not the Naga we know and love that's pushing out 3 lanes at once. They could have to play this really defensively till they get an opening to go in and take a smart fight.
Just so hard for them to have all their spells protecting each other. They have sentries in the back so Ricky can't jump anywhere.
I mean, Ricky, he's crawling around here, but again, we talked about Legion Commander having the gem. Monkey King is going to go ahead and drop it in base for now, so not getting too crazy with it. Picks up his Basher, though, so that next Wukong command is going to get real uncomfortable for Liquid.
Yep, it's still so hard for them to push in through these illusions when everyone continues to put her offline. They wanted to push the mid lane, but one illusion comes out, then the next, and they're just so tanky right now still.
So no doubt that DC has a lead, but how's Liquid's high ground? I mean, can they just kind of sit back and delay this and hold out for a long time until the Man becomes this giant untouchable Naga, or is it just DC going to be slowly but surely taking advantage more and more?
This game's definitely not over yet. High ground is still really hard. Kuroki actually has a ton of farm on this Ricky. He does a bunch of damage, but it's still the kind of game where Liquid are kind of playing to survive, it feels like, and DC are playing to kind of finish this one out, to kind of close it, you know? If Liquid win one fight, the game keeps going on, but if DC win this next team fight in front of their base, it could really be a lot.
Playing a dangerous game. Temporarily going to be dodging out some damage. The Radiance launch to the board as they try to get the full miracle. That mid Lina is obliterated. Headstone down to 2 charges here. Meanwhile, in the woods, Ricky going to be jumping onto the Monkey King. Does find a kill there. Chasing after him, and Abed able to jump forward. Bulba looking for that duel. Is going to get silenced. Nice smoke cloud popped out. And Ricky may have just cheated away the freedom here. Serious shades from Abed going to be off the mark. And now Matumba Man songing just to keep his buddy safe. Mason not able to crawl through it. So, alright, Kuroki goes in, finds a quick pick, but losing the Luna there is pretty crippling.
Dies, but nothing taken. Look at the bottom lane, Naga Siren cutting all these waves with illusions. And DC pretty much won't be able to get an objective out of that unless they can take this mid, but I think especially as Naga Siren just throws illusions down the lane. Yep, it's going to take the shrine to kill it and kind of hover around the road.
Roshan still 2 minutes till we see when it's falling. Either way, DC definitely looking like they can take this road pretty easily unless Liquid really get their act together and all move as a group and keep good eyes on DC the entire time.
Kuroki actually almost hold. He's still able to run out into the jungle and place these T-boards against the gems. Just gotta be quite careful with what you want to do. Getting caught here by Kuroki. It's not so fast.
Once again, this is a monkey that could go down for a second time. Gonna get healed up by his teammates. Dubu getting the saves. Kuroki jumping around. Finally, Dubu loses his life to a rocket flare from the top. You know, good teamwork moment there. Mind Control jumps in, finds the target, but is it going to be too big to handle? Wow, blow up that Warlock before he can get his smoke off. Now there is going to be a duel rocking through that song of the Siren. Then the damage to help blow up. Abed now godlike. So, yeah, there's going to be a couple more kills going down. Yeah, they are able to go focus down Boba. Mason running out of here along with Abed. Mason's going to be netted. Has that Spectre Dagger down to the low ground, but is he going to get a chance to run? It looks like Mason might get killed off here. Okay. Liquid showing some serious signs of life, and they can go ahead and turn this into a tier 3 push so quickly. Have the Siren up. It cost her a buyback, but yeah, they're going to be able to take rounds off. They're going to buyback on the Spectre, but that's really expensive at this point in the game.
Buyback.
Back forward. Ooh, quick BKB from Abed. Coming next, and he's running away with that Glimmer Cape, so. Yep, it's just going to be a quick hold there. Liquid, you know, you feel them getting that power spike, but then they're not able to convert it to racks, even with the Naga Siren, so. Only a quick dip for DC. Back to the
This Ricky is causing some massive problems for team. He does a ton of damage. That silence is very, very annoying, especially for Spectre when she's netted like that. They did a Naga buyback for half a tier 3 tower. DC can't be too upset about that.
Yeah, net worth chart starting to drop in favor of Liquid, but still in decent chance to the top 2 on the board are that Spectre and the Ember Spirit. And both still have room to grow. Roshan, it's going to be a long respawn this time. Still about 3 minutes till that comes up. So for now, DC just going to keep moving as a unit, looking for some little picks here. Kuroki getting real annoying with this Ricky. I mean, he's just been crawling around, even with the gem, still pretty much remaining evasive, going, planting these really deep wards like you mentioned earlier. And it looks like a courier snipe. There was nothing on it, it was just flying out to the side shop, but still, good value there. Ricky slowing down next item progressions.
Yeah, Bulb is looking for a gem. He might they will spot this war probably. And Naga Siren is actually really key. Almost she had BKB in her quick line now.
Making those illusions as tanky as possible. Well, then optimistically heading to the Roche pit, but yeah, it's definitely a longer spawn here.
Well, Naga with like Elsie and pretty much any other hero just in the duel. Legion Commander has so much damage right now. That Blade Mail also helping a lot of this, a lot of these duels. Bulma might actually find Kuroki.
Yep, does find Kuroki, goes for the Blade Mail, and yeah, they're gonna be going Boundless Strike to start things off. They bring in a Spectre for Haunt, no chances. Easy duel victory for Volva. They're jumping around looking for Spectre. Feeling what's going down here. They get one chance for Mind Control's TP in time. He pops onto the Crimson Guard. And optimistic at best. They're keeping him slowed down, they keep him shackled up, and that's gonna be another kill for Mason. 2 heroes dead. They've got buyback on the instead they're just gonna back off, reset. Again, another hop into the Roche pit for Dubu, but still a full minute till it's back.
Farm Naga Siren, we have the Lina. Ricky's very far from the stage of the game too, but once DC find the catch, you know, Haunt comes out, usually they has to team back to base. Every time Haunt comes out, to avoid getting soul kills from it. It's just causing so many problems for Ricky.
Definitely an uphill battle. I feel like the only way Liquid get back into this is getting a couple of little picks. Picking off the Monkey King with the Ricky, picking off the Warlock before he gets the drop ult, isolating the chorus, making the chorus a little bit uncomfortable, and then going in and pushing, because not a stupid fast. TP into the Spectre here, trying to apply some pressure and force back this lane. He's definitely playing in the buddy system. It's making it a lot more difficult for Liquid to go for those picks. Really only finding good solo picks from the Ricky. He sneaks like a
shields.
A tool to teach.
Is Aegis what DC need to track after, or do they still need to pick from Honda?
They'll still need to find some sort of team fight where Aegis will make it a bit easier. Perhaps they can get Aegis on a hero like Legion Commander and then get in there and target all of the But of course, at this stage of the game, a lot of these heroes are going to be safe with buybacks when they're defending the high ground. But DC looking for the kills instead and moving out with a Shadow Blade.
Getting in pretty deep here with the tower, just kind of flying solo. Some rotations in, but maybe don't really want to deal with this. They're going to be taking the Ricky. He's wrapping the long way around. He's got a gem of Billy now again. Taking the gem from him, but he's not going to gem of the Legion Commander. So as long as Legion sticks with the team, should be able to.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Waiting up here, looking for potentially a blink duel.
Dire's
He's
middle
going to take it
tower
here
is
as
under
Hiroki
attack.
gets eyes on the Legion. Yep, going to be going in. The Bulba right behind him, going to give him a quick heal and make this and the keeps going as well. Mind control moves forward, but that's just going to be 2-0 in that upheaval, in that chaotic offering. Man going to be songing, trying to delay this. Hiroki is so low. Will take a positive earn. Now Light Strike Array comes in. The Monkey King is dead, but Mason, BKB, and Giant chase after the Tumba Man. Trying to bring him down with Radiance. They bring Bulba forward. The Light Strike Array not going to be doing much. That's a long BKB, but Tumba Man finally goes down. That's Naga dead for 100 seconds. No buyback. The fight's still going on as they do end up losing Demon here. Hiroki just charging down the mid lane, trying to run away from the rest of the DC chasing after him. Mind control goes in, hogs enough, TPing away. They won't be able to find any kills there, but Roche is now completely opened up with DC level for it. They just want to push out lanes.
Big fight there, Sonic and Siren kind of resetting, but kind of not really. They have BKBs, they can kind of ignore it for now. And, you know, Ricky was actually able to kill 2 heroes in the back. What's going on the Volta here?
How's the BKB? The BKB maybe a little bit earlier. And, yeah, Ricky's going to be hopping back in. Immediately killed off, dropping another gem on the deck. Legion Commander playing very, very scared. Doesn't even want to go back and just snap at the gem, doing the bait, but the rest of his teammates just going forward, pushing out, taking another tier 2 tower, the final tier 2 tower in the entire game. And for another set of racks, and now they're still down for 40 seconds. They're down and help in place by the change. There's a buyback on the Naga. Marking that out may just be enough. Back off now. Well, Mason, he's got that full Defy attitude. He's going in. They're piling on the bodies into the fight, getting a little more difficult.
Solutions are pretty hard to put now. But they got what they came for. They forced Naga to start the buyback. They made a look towards Roshan. Roshan Spectre got 6 items.
Clockwork flares the pit, no surprise, but being taken in liquid. Took the opportunity to finally push down the lane to resistance. Gem dropped in the pit, snapped up by Roman. There's a making sure no one goes in and gets too feisty, making sure Naga's not walking up and songing right behind them, preventing the Aegis, but they'll still get it anyway. Spectre's still feeling good. It's a BKB in her backpack, so yeah, just burning a charge. So she can safely backpack it and not restock with the Aegis.
Pressure now on the Spectre.
That's nice.
This is one month wasn't enough for it.
Invisibility!
That is just absolutely destructive to Crystal Maiden. It's a
I don't know
DC.
what they can do when these monsters come out. They do have items like Liberty Cape and BKB on CM to kind of survive through this. Ricky is invisible, not tank, but it's pretty tough.
Yep, DC just really laying in the pressure. You can see these Naga illusions cutting away pretty nicely. Applying a lot of pressure, keeping the lanes pushed out past the river, but this wad of dangerous DC heroes, they're starting to creep in closer and closer to these tier 3s. There's already some damage done to the SMG taken out as the super creeps are pushing in bottom lane. Another going to super creep is going to be difficult for Liquid to handle. You're going to have Naga's full attention beyond just making sure that creeps don't come into the base, not going to be going for any real aggressive. Mason leading the charge, just picks the dagger up, and they're letting him just tower. Was that Buddy nice and safe. Mason gets down to about half health. They'll still have the Aegis remember. This Spectre's going to be really tricky to kill. Abed drops down a remnant, keeping him down, filling up on that mana, drinking that bottle down, and he'll be back. So making a pretty nice hold this down bottom. You've got Kuroki split pushing. Ricky trying his best. He does have a TP to back up the base when needed.
Yep, we got a lot of those. Going down eventually, but
all ults are up. And Haunt's going to be coming in and going immediately into this fight. TC in from Kuroki getting back in. So that's going to be the pause of the fight. Isn't the reset they needed though, as the Counter Strike holds the clockwork in. We're just hanging out with the zoning out everyone in the area. Completely the tier 3 tower taking some damage, but Liquid still wrapping around, trying to take this fight, trying to at least get some power down in half, but still outstanding, and looks like DC are not getting what they need to in the fight. They're not having enough. Really back and try something else.
I think they'll regroup, reset, wait for Mason's Haunt to be up in 80 seconds, and try again. They got the tower down to below half HP now, so first Haunt came out, start something so we could finally break the base. Maybe you can find someone in the back line to go on. Song reset, Ember Spirit's going back to do his own thing. Maybe he doesn't actually does have to play, so he doesn't have to wait. He doesn't. This is a very difficult base to break. We've got all the nonsense clockwork, watch the film, Dina's all the time.
Yes, I mean, you can see how freaking annoying these illusions are. Two heroes occupied, killing one off. Yeah, it's taking Mason's full attention, just running after it, trying to keep the wave safe. So. A little bit annoying, but DC still holding on to the lead. Ember passing by Naga. Not an ideal spot for Naga. Good job.
Very tough to break here. It's kind of broken. He has an MKB now. It's really exciting.
There is a Ricky certainly has not been slacking until onto Abed. Obviously, it makes him a little bit more, but again, still looking to use that Aegis and get full health, full mana. Remnant, that was in and out from Abed. Gotta be a little bit mana now. A little bit low. Kind of just Remnant, take it back to base, fill up, and try again. TP up from Mason. It's like DC just want to fully reset. Don't want to get too crazy, just pushing out the lane. Meanwhile, Kuroki has been split pushing the entire time. He talked about his MKB. You laughed at me when I said this rookie could be 6 slides at 90 minutes. He's going his way.
He is really close, actually. I think DC realized it's pretty tough to run into this. They need to perhaps set up a gank on this Riki, which is here.
Yep. Pretty deeply. There's going to be that tricks of the trade. Volva just sitting there taking it, waiting for the immediate moment. Kuroki comes out, smoke shot comes forward, but man, this is going to be good. They require a Spectre Haunt. There is a dual victory for the Riki. Gemma True Sight on the deck, but Mason's still able to secure that kill. Meanwhile, this is the fight they were waiting for. Abed finally gets the chance to go on mind control. They will be able to drop the golem. You have even channeled to CH. Can't run. Another haunt controller. CH starting to melt. Glimmercade ain't gonna save you now. Mind control goes down, buys back in. Power under some serious siege. It's gonna be the TP forward from the clockwork. That is a very bold TP. Drunk Buddy Spectre. The command comes in and will start singing. Abed to BKB. It's still on cooldown for 7 more seconds, and they're going to be setting up here. He is able to blink away completely into the song. Liquid, they lose their tier 3 tower, but they're still holding their racks.
And that was the refresh haunt there. They are definitely hanging on, and this is still Naga Siren. Of course, anything can happen in this game.
Yep, I mean, looking at overall net worth, it's slowly wiggling its way up in favor of DC, but you see how quickly there's just one click back from DC, and suddenly these Naga illusions can push waves out all the way to past the river on every lane.
Yep, and heroes on team wives. Riki was mentioned, it's getting very, very farm now. Lena close to picking up her next item. She's going for the blood. that's what's really important, because Naga's already hit this kind of a wall where she isn't going to get much stronger. She does have the Hex in her queued up quick line, so perhaps she can surprise the hero with that. But it's going to be really up to these other heroes. If they can keep scaling, keep getting items, then perhaps they can actually add enough to their team fight to take this. But they spot Miracle out here on this board. It's a pretty dangerous spot.
Looks like he's going to be from the Tumba Man. Target firing has that song again. BKB'd up a hook shot in. We've got 3 2-dagger heroes in a very small vicinity. And his Ember Spirit starting to get a little bit low. He's rooted in place. He'll be able to make it back up to the high ground, but now the rope laying in. There is going to be a Wukong's command zoning heroes. And that new BKB just going at it to actually get down the Spectre. This is going to be huge. It's just Dubu versus the world here as he's sitting in the safety circle, but it's not going to keep him up. That's 2 heroes dead on DC, and Liquid starting to really show some signs of life, starting to show that there's still they can still get fixed and they can still push off of each other.
Spectre died in that fight. Frostbite on top of a smoke screen with Ricky hitting him. This Ricky does so much damage right now. He's got 300 damage on MKB. Backstab, multiplying talent. He probably does the most damage on Team Liquid right now.
Yeah, I mean, his net worth looks, you know, not the top of the charts, but just his team fight impact is ridiculous. He's crawling around. His position is really great. He's wrapping around and making sure there's safety support in the back line. Don't feel safe ever.
Yep, and Liquid are looking to try to force a buyback off this. Here, Abed. Hey, man, Abed's gonna be so here. This could be huge. He gets killed here. He's in serious trouble. Instead, they're gonna be bringing in everything they've got. There will be a duel here as Crystal Maiden's finished off, but Sleep will be holding everyone back to real deep. Trying to run for cover here. And expect to gather the ball, but he's bring forward. Both heroes getting very low. The root in place is gonna be huge. Oh man, they're able to take out 3. All 3 do have buyback. But Liquid now still got to either spend that money or risk their lives.
They shall pay for this humiliation.
Siren buyback.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Really back and forth game right now. It's, you know, DC continue to pick up a bit more net worth, but it's really down to this initiative. Down to how many balls are going to play. If they can throw Abed another time here, that's going to be pretty enormous.
He actually did he still has his buyback on top of 9,000 gold.
He's quite rich, but then he takes it out and now. He's going in, he's going to be up, wearing thin. There is a hook shot in. Down here onto Abed. He's almost so low, bouncing around with that slight of risk. He'll be able to walk his way back to the low ground. Man, he's elusive. He's starting to be. And once again, Liquid drive back DC away from the lead.
4,000 these are a complete nightmare for heroes like Warlock, Monkey King, even LC are feeling right now. And it was just the Naga Siren buyback.
None to burn.
Roshan going to be up in 1 more minute, and it'll be great for DC to take, but is that going to make the difference between high grounding and mega creeps or not?
Well, they can slap it on the Spectre again in place of his BKB or Refresher, and then perhaps he can try to get in there and hit the base, but it's so hard, everything walks up to him. Awkward toss to the ground, and he gets caught. Smoke switch again like that without his Phantom. He actually dies super fast over here. He's only got 2,500 HP.
Naga Siren by the another 700 team. Everyone's getting real rich right now. DC, I mean, they're postured. They would really like to end this. It's getting so annoying to deal with that Naga spam. They've got to get pickoffs, and they've got to start getting structures. They've been pushing in this top lane for the last 20 minutes. They managed to chip down a tier 3 tower, but both racks still up and healthy. Abed getting in there, but taking back no protection. It's pretty difficult to do damage.
Ward placed on the high ground and everything, but now they're in front of the base together.
You're gonna get focused down. There will be a now. Dagger Haunt can be focused down. Miracle in the back line to the fight. Monkey King ult comes in, but we're not gonna be zoning anyone. It's pretty far off to the side here. Set. Now she's picking up. They're focusing on the Lena. Even they are able to get her out. She's getting buys back. Mind control is down as well. The Spectre awkward. No buyback on him either. It's a triple kill for Spectre. 2 gems on the deck. And now finally the rack starts to melt. They're running away from the Tumble Man. They know the fight could turn around if the overstay the welcome. Liquid finally get their base breach on this top lane. It does cost them. Cost them that Naga buyback. Or rather that Luna buyback. Probably going to be going down here. He dropped the gem of his own. He'll be back up in a minute. He does have buyback if shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I feel like once he gets very, very close, it'll be like 10-second BKB. He can win these fights, but just doesn't have the space to farm right now. And they're looking at the last of have 1 melee rack left in their base. I feel like they got mid lane. That's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a pretty nice roach snake if they get it. I think DC may know what's up and really trying to defend this, but Liquid taking it fairly quickly. And this is Liquid. They're getting active. They're being the aggressive for a long time now. Dude's got 5 seconds before the command comes out. They are going to go ahead and pick up this roach snake. You'll be able to secure the Aegis onto Kuroki. Ricky now going to be even more aggressive to lock down here. So, jumping forward, all of Liquid is going to be able to escape, at least for now. The Monkey King still wants to jump in. Has to hit that smoke start to retire before he's able to go and jump in. DC stopping in their tracks, going to regroup and pick up as a unit. Not going to try to chase too deep.
Liquid make a nice play to get the Roshan there out on their Ricky, and all of a sudden they're not in the worst spot anymore. There's a lot of buybacks that have been used in this game, and Spectre needs to wait for their second haunt. She's about 80 seconds left.
Guess what we got in this game?
Got the Rapier perched on the Ember Spirit now. He put the Blink Dagger away and stacked, but that's a lot of damage.
Yep. I think Abed's just trying to YOLO this. He knows he's just got to rake up his damage, and you know, if he drops this Rapier and gives it to Naga Siren, even Ricky is going to be backstabbing you for a zillion. That is probably GG. DC, they're, boom or bust right now.
Yeah, if they know they need something really big to be able to end this kind of a game. Now, you just have to deal with this Aegis Ricky. Ricky might have more room to just back item. They do get out on the map, and of course for Haunt and Reveal on Spectre, they can't kill him. This game does not look like it's ending anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one wacky fight or one person out of position, let's say Abed dies without buyback and drops his Rapier, that's a quick end to the game, but yeah, this is definitely not going to be, one push and done. Liquid could hold against Mega Creeps for a really long time. Same story with DC.
Yep, and we're about to have the Nugget start buyback in about a minute from now. DC, they're stuffed up as 4, but they just don't have any lanes out. Looking for kills, perhaps inside of Liquid's base. They might be able to find Ricky walking up this cliff here, but it's just not going to happen. Liquid knows there are no lanes being pushed from DC.
Yep, I mean, you got Naga Illusion pushed all the way out to this point, and see if Liquid are going to get active here. It looks like they're moving up. Mind Control going to be smoked, and they're ready to crawl up onto this high ground. Making their way in, and there we go. Rocket Flare revealing what's going down, and everyone now running with the play here. DC, they're very defensive.
So Naga Siren did go for the Hex. She has it in her backpack. Might be able to surprise some of these heroes. Ember Spirit, no Link and Sphere on him. Same thing with Spectre, no real way to deal with this unless they pop the BKB, which holds really low range. And 5 rounds.
Very tense game now. 67 minutes. We are deep into the trenches of the Naga game, and I mean, what does the Tumble Man have left to get? He's got 6,000 gold, 3,000 on top of buyback. If he just, 5 movie shards for his team to make them all feel extra special.
Definitely buy rating. Now it's almost quite a bit, but maybe he'll decide to switch out some of his items. Perhaps he'll go for more MKBs to show up his rapiers. That's about it. There's not a whole lot to buy.
Very game here as Ryan's taken out Liquid, finding some space for themselves, taking over a little bit of map advantage, getting a little more control over that Roche pit. So we'll see. Again, still good time left on that Aegis. Ricky's still sitting on it, but no one's touching each other. This is the point in the game where it is down to one good or bad initiation, and that very well could be seeding for the entire main event of the Major. This is game 3 of a best of 3 between two pretty evenly matched teams.
DC definitely looking very strong in this game. Sure, they look like massive underdogs, but you wouldn't be able to tell it by this game.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, poke their fun at Onyx for qualifying, but look what they're doing now. They're really taking some good games off of Tier 1 teams.
So
Mason here on the Spectre, 6,000 gold for him. I mean, again, has the Moon Shard eaten up, could start feeding his teammates Moon Shards. Ember Spirit's already got one. Is there any way for Mason to keep growing? Has the refresher in his backpack?
perhaps you can switch out some of these items, maybe build something that's a bit better for right now. Like a heart, for example, very good if you just wanted to sit there and build it. I don't think it makes any difference at all. He could go for like an Abyssal Blade, so he could just haunt onto like Lina or something and just kill him right away with the BKB. That'd be pretty good. But I don't know what he'd want to replace. He's got the full BKB, he's got the full charge Abyssal Blade up, gives him a lot of damage and
Oh, going in. Yeah, his Aegis was just consumed. This sucks for the Ricky. He goes down, he drops a gem, and he has no buyback for 120 seconds. That is 2 minutes where DC can actually get in there. That annoying threat of the Ricky popping in, going for the tricks of the trade, using smoke clouds to hold the monkey on fast. That's all done now. They can actually get in, and this might be DC's shot to end this game and actually close out the series.
actually his buyback's up to 10 seconds, but yeah, it's still a very big kill.
Alright, so not as big as I was making.
Forcing out buybacks to the Ricky, that's one step closer to active. He does a ton of damage.
So Ricky, time we're done, he now can buy back in and probably is going to have to as Mason ready to go. Let deal with his round of not like you mentioned, 4,000 health on them. They are no small fries, but he's clean it up very well. Not bad. Looking forward to getting a chance to show off that beautiful new race there. Mason's gonna haunt really deep into this fight, gets hook shot in, all the nets coming out on him. So that's perfect. That's that second haunt ready to go. He's gonna be casting it out, but this is Song. I feel like he's gonna be teaming back in, spending his buyback, but the Rash getting focused. Fortify gonna be ending soon. The goal dropped out. The H getting focused here, running kills and really open, but really killed off, dropping a gem as well, all by getting so low. This Legion commander just running for her life, able to blink back down to the low ground. 2 buybacks knocked out on top of the initial Ricky buyback, and no one from DC goes down. Huge win for DC there.
Yep, they get a ton of buybacks, lots of two range rounds, and that was the refresher from Mason there. He refreshed, haunted in, and gave Bola vision to find the duel off on Lina. Lina actually doesn't have buyback. He bought the full Bloodthorn in that team fight, but they just...
At this point, you just expect all your cores, unless they've recently spent buyback, to have buyback. 71 minutes in, and again, not can actually take a fantastic fight here, or get megas, but again, megas don't mean too much when you've got like a 8-slotted Naga.
Yeah, but probably definitely trying to still whip at megas. It'll cost a bit, but still, they can deal with it for now. Never stripped the whole fight. He just sat there, clicked on the building, Spectre, distracted them with the backlines, Econ, sitting with LC, and now there's no
Going forward, Ahmed just putting that Mjolnir on a creep, because why not? Game territory right now. He's got Moon Shards. We can't see bumps from his screen, so click around there. Abed, again, he's got his. Bulba still could buy up a Moon Shard for himself, has that 1,500 gold on his Warlock, I mean, again, surprisingly poor for 72 minutes in the game. No Ags on the horizon, no refresher for him. So could see a little bit of growth coming out of that Warlock. Huge not in these fights.
It's time to purchase that 700 here on. He's sitting on 6,000 gold, but I don't feel like anything he buys is really a whole lot. Maybe he can some items that help him survive. He could go for some cheap items like flats or something like that, but besides that, he doesn't have to go removing the hex of Nagasari. I actually don't
Liquid, they're going to get aggressive here. They're leaving their base. They're going to be meeting up in the river. Radiant, they're going to be scanning here, and it looks like Mind Control will be tripping the smoke. And nobody's going to over in this room, and this is going to be a great jump, and it looks like Abed will lead the charge. Quick shot going to be off the mark still, and cooldown for the 30 seconds. They're waiting for all their heroes to get in place before they really try to take this, but Liquid will get a chance to retreat, and nothing comes of it. Oh, Abed could get silenced here. Off to DKB. He's now scared. There is going to be another haunt coming up, but Matumba Man with a song, collecting all her little chickens in her nest, and now they're going to be trying to turn this back around. Commander has focused down, going to be silenced up there. Oh, gee, the golem dropped. Bulba going in, trying to get the cool off onto the Ricky. It's going to be a close one with Abed coming in. They will be able to kill off the Ricky, and he doesn't have buyback. That's 2 heroes dead, no buyback. The back lines, G8 is desperately trying to TP back in, but no need. They're all up, they're all healthy, and they want to keep pushing here. 2 heroes done, there's only 3 left to defend. They have to cut through Naga and all her friends, but this is really double.
Big moments. Abed's going to kill up. He does have rapiers, and there's no blink or buybacks on the battle.
10,000 charisma spent. Beats up Omega, buying up item to see, but now Monkey King gonna get blasted here. Big cut with Duna Blade. House, Ember Spirit jumping around. G8 killed off once again. No buyback for the Crystal Maiden. Only 2 heroes left in this match for Liquid. The Mega Creeps are up. Matumba Man's locked down. It's looking like DC will finally do this. 75 minutes into the game. They're taking tier 4s. Naga buys back in it with one last hope, but Liquid, it's looking grim. DC, they finally get their act together, and they're going in, attacking that ancient Abed, still sitting back with 1 rapier, chewing up the instructions. Matumba Man goes forward, Bulba getting low. The ancient half health, they're delaying the inevitable. Abed is gonna get zoned down. Abed drops the rapier. Mason gonna be left to sleep. Miracle gonna be picking up the rapier, although Mason might be able to turn this back around. Boundless Strike comes in. The Ancient's still taking a ton of damage. They're able to look at the Legion Command. Only 75 minutes in, the Ancient drop. It will be a DC victory up against Liquid. A very tight series going all 3 games. My God, Brad.
Yeah, what a game. They say Naga games are snooze fests. That was no snooze fest. I know she put the enemy to sleep with her ultimate bananas. That was a great game.